Prince Harry's cruel reaction to Meghan as heated row laid bare. As information comes to light, Prince Harry says he reacted in a cruel way to Meghan Markle during their furious argument. Harry said in his memoir that he didn't understand why Meghan was having a go at him, and that's when he lost it during the disagreement, as the Mirror had previously reported. The father of two wrote, explaining why the fight started, "Perhaps the wine got to my head. Perhaps I was too tired from fighting the press for weeks. I was touchy for no apparent reason when the conversation took an unexpected turn. Then enraged, disproportionately and carelessly enraged," he went on to say, "I was just too sensitive that night, but it was also somewhat a cultural and linguistic issue." Welcome to Royal Pancakes. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell, so you don't miss any news about the British monarchy. I asked myself, why is she making fun of me? I became enraged with her and used harsh, hurtful language. In addition, Tom Quinn has stated that Meghan and Harry got into it in a major manner in his book Gilded Youth, an intimate history of growing up in the royal family. There's a big reason why Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will be under close observation when they visit New York City. Later this month, the 39-year-old Duke of Sussex is scheduled to visit Manhattan. Meghan is not expected to accompany her husband. Harry, who turns 40 on September 15, will attend the Diana Awards ceremony and use the occasion to promote several of his charitable endeavors and patronages. The royals' journey is scheduled to occur during Climate Week, which takes place from September 22 to September 29, and UN General Assembly High-Level Week. Harry and Meghan's security in the Big Apple has been stepped up in response to last May's alleged almost catastrophic paparazzi car pursuit across Manhattan. The New York Police Department found that the paparazzi pursued the royals in a reckless way, according to a letter filed in the UK court action about the Duke's security arrangements. It has already been announced by the New York Police Department that Harry will be safe in New York this month. The NYPD intelligence chief announced in a letter to the London Metropolitan Police that the department will be improving the security resources given to the Duke and Duchess on future trips to the city. When Harry and Meghan left the Ziegfeld Theatre in Midtown Manhattan during their visit in 2023, they became the target of a fast-moving pursuit. Doria Ragland, Markle's mother, was also there at the time. As the renowned couple exited the venue, the trio was trailed by paparazzi who were unable to capture an image of them together. Harry and Meghan were involved in a near-catastrophic automobile chase at the hands of a ring of highly aggressive paparazzi, according to a spokesman for the couple at the time. The Prince of Wales has chosen not to attend the September 24 Earthshot Innovation Summit in New York, despite the fact that his event is happening at the same time. More likely, he'll send a video message. Following a setback, a royal expert has accused Prince Harry and Meghan Markle of trying to look more altruistic. This month's trip to Colombia marked the couple's second quasi-tour of an abroad location in the previous 3 months. Royal expert Gareth Russell talked about the couple's frequent overseas travels, despite the fact that they are no longer employed by the royal family. For many people, the interviews that the Sussexes did came pretty near to each other, he recently told GB News. They were actually everywhere at one point. You could find sit-down interviews, books, and Netflix specials, among other things. Many people thought that the frequency, topic, or timing of the interviews were all suspect. Thus, there came a time when the Sussexes were practically too much for everyone. Additionally, there was a perception that the Sussexes had a significant worldwide platform, which I believe is something that they are currently attempting to address. He went on to say, many people had anticipated them to get directly into charitable work, but that didn't happen. Instead, their main focus seemed to be discussing their family and criticizing how they felt they had been treated by the royal family at first. It definitely didn't happen to the extent that many had anticipated, and the tours they're currently doing are a part of a strategy to appear more altruistic and to concentrate more on external issues. They reached a point where a small jab at the Duke of Sussex's family was made at each interview. "They're not particularly intriguing," he continued. "You must keep in mind that neither they nor we may have anticipated the level of public attention that the trips received. The public didn't seem to be too interested in them." Following the release of the Oprah Winfrey interview, there was non-stop, widely supportive coverage. And since then, there has been a tiny decrease in sympathy and conviction in everything. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have declared that they do not want to move back to the UK permanently, but according to a source, Harry is avoiding reporters from Hollywood. They went on, "He is obviously reaching out thinking that I need to change since what I'm doing is plainly not working. In other words, he is re-evaluating his operational strategies." According to the Mail's source, Prince Harry's friend has reportedly created a strategy outlining Harry's potential re-entry into UK society. The friend told the Mail that if Harry travels to the UK with minimum hoopla and takes part in mundane events, he might win over the British people. Meghan Markle and Harry announced in January 2020 that they intended to resign from their roles as members of the royal family. They relocated to the US with their child shortly after. The couple has since moved to California with their 3-year-old daughter Lilibet and 5-year-old son Archie. Senior royals are said to remain aloof from Harry and Meghan, and the Duke and Prince William are said to have a particularly strained relationship. The brothers' arguments have been going on for a while, even though they are said to have begun before the Sussexes left. Prior to the Duke and Duchess's 2018 nuptials, Meghan is said to have had a falling out with Princess Kate, William's wife and Harry's sister-in-law. Harry has made several trips to the UK since 2020. His most recent trip was to Norfolk earlier this week, where he went discreetly to attend his uncle's memorial service. Witnesses said that although Prince William was present, he and Harry kept their distance, and avoided conversation. A royal expert has charged Prince Harry and Meghan Markle with trying to look more selfless after they suffered a setback. The couple's journey to Colombia this month was their second quasi-tour of a foreign country in the preceding 3 months. Though they are no longer employed by the royal family, royal expert Gareth Russell discussed the couple's frequent overseas excursions. He recently told GB News, "For many people, the interviews that the Sussexes did were quite near to each other. At one point, they were truly all over the place. Among other things, you could find books, Netflix specials, and sit-down interviews. Many believed that the timing, subject matter, and frequency of the interviews were all questionable. So it got to the point when the Sussexes were almost too much for everybody. Furthermore, there was an impression that the Sussexes had a large global following, which I think they are currently working to rectify.